Welcome to Real Life Investing. This is Al getting in contact with you guys. Going to be talking to you about some shadow token. This was a special request. And so I said, well, let me just go ahead and take the time to see what I can do as far as to look at what is going on with shadow token. If you notice that shadow token is like 100, what's this, 932 in market cap. Market cap right now is at about 13.6 million. So just a little heads up on that. It's down today about 1%. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This one, even though, let's see, we got some good community sentiment here. What we got like 19,000 votes. We got what, maybe 10,000 followers with the shadow token. Let's go ahead and mark that just for the heck of it. Now, let's see what's up here. I'm going to look at the 7 days. It's only down 1%. The month is down almost 20% at 19.5%. And let's see, for the year, it appears to be down 85%. So almost 86%. Might as well say 86. Now, I want to also show you this as far as the all-time. The all-time shadow token is down 96.69%. So that's almost 97% all-time. So I remember I had talked about this token a few months back, and I was just mentioning the fact that I was very concerned about the downward look of this one. So I will say this, I can look right here that, where is this? This was what, last year in April. This was what, almost $2. Well, actually, it was over $2 at one point. So right here, and let me see if I can get that all-time high for you guys, just to give you guys a heads up. The all-time high was, according to what we have here with CoinMarketCap, $2.62 in January of 2022. But I'm looking here also, I see a good high in March of last year at $2.30 as well. So just a heads up, this thing as early as last year was over $2. So let me see what this little peak sells me here. We're right here. This was almost at $1. This was just a few, wow. Okay, this was just a few months ago. So in other words, it has its peaks, it has its valleys, and for some reason, it's really gone down to one of its lowest valleys at the moment. So let's just go ahead and get ourselves a good idea of what's going on with this particular crypto. See what we can find here. First of all, we'll set the scene a little bit, talking about Bitcoin price. Noticing that the Bitcoin price is at 108, Ethereum is at 2,500 pretty much. Fear and greed is about in the middle. Market cap is at 3.3 trillion. So let's keep going a little bit further. Bitcoin dominance is at 64.5%. Ethereum at 9.2%, and we got our others. So let's go ahead and start looking at the website for this. Well, one of the sites. This is the X Twitter site for Shadow Drive. I noticed right here that it's called Genesis Go, but Genesis Go is the company that makes Shadow Token, Shadow Drive. So I had to get that in my head. So this is, how can I say, a Twitter post here. So Genesis Go, Shadow Drive 2, version 2, the first and only decentralized data storage network powered exclusively by mobile devices. Scalable, secure, trustless, and performant. Now, my only challenge with the Shadow Drive, let me click this just for the heck of it. I've been trying to click everything I could to get some information on this. But my only challenge with the Shadow Drive is the fact that it's on mobile, but I don't think it's on anything else. So I'm concerned that it's a good niche, but at the same time, if you're not into to put it on your mobile device, you might have a problem. You know, like I said, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but at the same time, we'll see what's happening. Also, before I go any further, I want to say that nothing we say on the channel is financial advice. But if you like what you see today, we just ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. We really thank you. We're moving and we're growing as far as a channel. So let's see what we can talk about here. This is talking about a little gripe I think the company has to see Solana go from Solana is for everyone to whatever this travesty is. Has been disappointing beyond measure. Unfortunately, that is the current state of the X platform. And so it says, we continue our work on shadow driving. We'll be posting updates exclusively on Blue Sky from now on. So apparently they had some issues with X, but let's go ahead and look at the Blue Sky site that they're on right here. And let's see, take a look at what they have here. This is the Genesis Go site, you know. And another thing, I was having an issue saying, okay, I'm looking for the shadow token. I'm looking for shadow token websites, and I'm having to pull up Genesis Go. It's so starting to get really confusing, even though they're the company that makes shadow token. It was just very confusing. And if you're trying to look something up, that really is a little bit aggravating. So suggestion to these guys that they might want to see if they can work on that a little bit. 10 days ago, let's see, what's this, Frank the Trader, etc. This is reposted by Genesis Go. So apparently they're working on version 2, or at least they're trying to improve it. Because from what I saw here, yeah, it says, so it's completely accurate to say that the deployment of Shadow Drive 2 was an utter mess. Many parts of Shadow Drive 2's architecture made absolutely zero sense. One of the things that most game-changing about AI is nobody can hide bad code anymore. So apparently, whoever Frank is on this particular site, it's giving us a little bit of insight of what's going on. Apparently, someone's working on the modules. I don't know whether it's Frank or somebody else, but says one module down, 14 to go. It appears that they're working on a version 3. So let me see if I can get a little bit more information on that. So let's see, where was that? I just saw a little bit of information about that. So let me see if I can, yeah, here it is right here. The last of the architectural design modules for Shadow Drive 3's newly designed consensus engine was finally finished. Now to get to building them, at some point I'll complete all 15 module documents and publish them. Okay, cool. So this is the guy Frank that's talking about Shadow Drive 3, and he's working on the modules. And so it looks like he's like the little engine that could. Just saying, but let me leave that alone. Let's go to the next one. This is the website itself as far as the Shadow Drive storage without compromises. We've maybe seen this in the past a little bit. Reliable storage for everyone. I believe that from what I can see, this may be an efficient storage, but seems like there were a few little, how can I say, kinks that need to be worked out. Like the guy was talking about the last version of Shadow Drive, etc. I'm noticing the website is kind of plain, so it's not really a lot on it. Just saying, and so just seems like it's just kind of there. This is one of the wait a minute, I think this is the GitHub site. Yeah, this is the GitHub site. So I do notice there's a little bit of activity on GitHub. So we're not saying that this thing is totally dead or not working. I see people working on shadow tokens, so I'm not saying it's totally dead or anything of that nature. So it's still got a pulse, guys. That's all I'm saying. With the Shadow Drive blog, I'm concerned about this one because of the fact that I'm looking, some of these aren't really coming up that well. I'm gonna just try to click it. Let me see what happens. What is this? Yeah, this last one is what, from October the 22nd. So I'm not really sure what to say about that. So these are like from way back, but this is the blog post. A lot of the things that are not being updated, you know what I mean? So now, not trying to say anything negative, but I'm just saying the facts here. Storage without compromises. I think this is the same one that we're looking at a little bit. What else do I have here? Oh, yeah, here's some of the podcasts. This is probably from a while back. So this is where Shadow Token was listed, or Solana, or whatever. So there's a few other things here as well. So Solana documentary, the rise, the fall, and the rise of Solana, etc. So it seems to be decent information. The one that I see specifically, let's see, there was one specific. Yeah. So right here, this is specifically Genesis Go and Step Finance. So I'm just going to click it just for the heck of it. Maybe to give us a little bit of information from way back when. So yeah, so just an idea. Let's see, we're live with Frank the Trader from Genesis Go. Oh, so yeah. So apparently there's some information there. There's probably like a podcast or video concerning that. So let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I went to this page right here. Is like saying page not found. The page that you are looking for doesn't exist, and I found this page. Let me see. I went to community. I went to Shadow Token. Yeah, and this is where that happened, guys. So I was like, I don't know. So what I'm seeing right here is you got one or two guys that's in the system here that are really trying to get the job done. I'm not saying that Shadow Token is not going to turn around, but at this point, when you're like really, I would say what 96 to 97% down all time. I'm not saying that this thing can't make a comeback, but I need more information, and I need to see something that gives me some hope. And another thing that I was really concerned about was the fact that, okay, yeah, it's true that maybe you're not happy with your Twitter site. Maybe there was something that made you angry, but the thing is not to shut your site down there, or to just stop doing it on that site. I think that you ought to do your information, give us some information on your X, and also do it on the what is this, Blue Sky as well. So I'm just saying, like, you need as many outlets as possible to see what's up here. Also, I kind of went on Discord as well to see if they had anything there. I really didn't see a whole lot, but like I said, there's a few things going on GitHub. So one of the things I want to say is, like, I did as much information and much digging as possible with Shadow Token. I gotta say, for the individual that actually wanted me to kind of go back into this and research it, this is my personal opinion. I believe that Bitcoin is going to be the rising tide that lifts most boats. I'm not going to say every boat is going to be lifted, okay? But I think most boats are going to be lifted. And in my personal opinion, and my personal thoughts, whatever your dollar cost average is right now, I would look to, because this thing, I was looking at information that said this might go down to as low as 7 cents or maybe as low as 5 cents. I didn't see anything beyond that, but you never know. Not financial advice. But for my opinion, I would take my dollar cost average, and however much I had in this particular coin, I would set my, stop limit price at whatever profit that I could possibly make. And as soon as, I hate to say it, but as soon as the market comes up and altcoin season comes into play, I would probably cash out of this thing as quickly as possible. It is a possibility that you can make as high as a 2x on this, but then again, it could be a whole lot higher. I'm just a little bit disappointed. Well, I would say a lot disappointed in the lack of information that I see on the site. And I feel like whoever that guy is that is working on the site is doing everything he can, but it seems like he needs some more help. You know what I mean? So maybe another social media person. Maybe they need to get somebody to be a social media manager. And it doesn't take a lot of work, I don't think, to at least do a few updates here or there. But when you're one of the only people working on your project, even if it's out there and it's got millions, you might be kind of overwhelmed. But shadow token going to be resurrected. I think the resurrection is going to be short. And I think that the best idea is as soon as this thing resurrects, cash out, baby, cash out. All right. This is Al, Real Life Investing. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to Real Life Investing. And thank you for watching.